Hello, everyone. This is a working session of the Southwick Agricultural Commission. It is Wednesday, June 28th, 2023. We do have a quorum of the AgCom, myself, Bert Hansen, Dan Cook, Zach Barnett, Marisa Cook-Obregon, and Tammy Sayak-Bisson. And then we have, and our secretary Cindy Barton is here, and we have a guest, Raquel Obregon, and online, Jessica Parker, and it says Jason Giguere, but I'm guessing it's Angie. So we can get going since it's a working session and not a regular meeting. You know, we don't have minutes to talk about or any of that sort of thing. So we can just talk about Open Farm Day. Ooh, and I don't know if it's legal to talk about these brochures. These are not for Open Farm Day.
I mean, it's the farm trail.
It's a farm trail.
We're going to use them for the farm day, aren't we?
Yeah, I thought we were going to have them on the table.
I think they're directly related.
Yeah, we ordered more for that.
So we have, Marisa came in tonight with our new farm trail brochure, which will be part of Open Farm Day. So it's great to have these in hand. I was thinking along these lines that we should have some lawn sign type signs that say farm trail farm, but we can get to that at a regular meeting. And then since we have these brochures, I want to ask Marisa, did the trifold flyer for Farm Day go to the printer?
The version that you proved?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
already printed and it's on its way. I think it should be here within 5 days. So,
Okay, awesome.
my hope was at the next meeting to bring those, presuming that they'll get in sometime midweek next week. And now that we have both these and we'll have the other ones, we can start distributing them because I've gotten several.
I mean, if you have people that are asking for material, I don't think you have to wait for the meeting, you know, for people that you're in touch with.
Yeah. No, it'd be more just to kind of distribute the work amongst ourselves, just so that we each take a cache of both brochures and distribute both brochures. That way we're not going to the same place, like to drop off one set and then another. And if we can kind of be systematic about, okay, you get 2, I get 2, Inga will take 2, Dan will take 2, you know. I think that would be a good strategy, but I guess we're a little premature for that until we get the other brochures. So.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Just kind of going on our, doesn't have to be in any particular order, but Inga and I went to the Economic Development Commission meeting on, I believe it was the 21st, and did a whole rundown on Farm Day and and Inga took the lead on that particular meeting, and to get them to buy into approaching your restaurants for potential discounts, you know, as we talked about. I don't know, I emailed Mike McMahon, I don't know.
I left him a voice. I left him 2 voicemails.
Okay.
So
They were on vacation, right? They can just return the briefs.
Yeah. Okay.
So what we asked Mike McMahon to do, or if the EDC would be open to it, would be to contact the restaurants that are in the Southwick Dining Guide and see how many of them that are open on Sundays would want to participate, and whether they would want to do either 10, 15, or 20% on a discount for that day only. And then we would take those and stuff them right in the passport, highlighted as to which ones were going to participate. So Mike McMahon said that he was going to take the lead on that and contact all the restaurants directly. So by the next meeting that Bert has with you all, we should probably have that information as to how successful he was with that.
I'm sorry, well, I don't mean to add something not on the agenda, but it is relevant to Farm Day and EDC. One of the farmers that I spoke with this past weekend mentioned that one of the EDC members, Mr. Samuelson, Fred Samuelson, had mentioned, you know, not necessarily an open farm day, but something along the lines of homestead farms that, you know, people have in town in their community, where they may have animals, and, you know, discussing that idea as an EDC idea. And then, you know, this farmer, knowing that we were doing open farm day, said, well, that kind of lines up. I know you're focusing on actual farms that operate as businesses, but homestead farming is a part of the community as well, and maybe in some way should be tangentially connected. So I said, I'll mention it at the next AgCom meeting because I know that we are doing active outreach with EDC toward restaurants. So I'm not sure how this all intersects, or if it'd be worth having a couple of AgCom members go to the next EDC meeting and just make sure that if that is something that they wish to market, I think it's a great idea, but at this point, in terms of our marketing material and the circuit that we have, maybe not. And I'm not sure homestead farmers would want to necessarily be on the circuit, but if you have mentioned, you know, if you're going to be open that day, I would open up my homestead that day and have folks come in and see my chickens or my goats or my horses. So just something, putting that out there.
So that was the idea. They just wanted, this person would just want it to be included kind of on our route.
Not included on the route, but more just like we could possibly market them through social media. And this seems more like an EDC-led interest, but you know, the farmer that I spoke with said that Mr. Samuelson had approached them about it, asking about open farm day, knowing that this farmer was going to participate in it, and this farmer's just going to continue that to me. So it's a little bit of telephone, but I know that we do have this relationship with EDC. So maybe at the next EDC meeting, if Mr. Samuelson is there, particularly, we can just follow up and say, yeah, marketing material is kind of already printed and done, and the homestead thing may not be totally viable for open farm day, but we still have 2 months where we can market through other means like social media and have it intersect.
Something like the farm parade that we.
Or farm parade, or something, yeah.
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 I haven't gotten a response yet on when the farm parade is. You know, it was the end of October last year. We talked about having a little kind of a farm fair that day. So maybe the homestead farmers may bring their chickens, let's say. Whatever. The bad news is EDC doesn't meet again until September.
Oh, okay.
So they voted to take the summer off last meeting. It was a little humorous. They had on their agenda was like plans for FY24. So the plan for FY24 is open farm day. That's pretty much it. But I mean, good they're doing it. Complaining.
Would you want me to reach out to Frank directly?
Yeah, I think since he broached the idea of this farmer, clearly there is some sort of kind of genesis going on, intersecting, you know, small business with homesteading. I think it would be worth at least acknowledging and exploring as a possibility, if not for this year, next year. And again, it can be really simple and just, we do have a social media presence and we will have a website. So if folks, if he knows of folks who may want to just be, you know, mentioned or something, I don't see why not. If people have that really desire to participate and be part of the day, then I'd like to acknowledge that in some form. I think it's, you know, and it's a cross commission effort, which I think should be also explored and encouraged.
Cross-pollination.
Cross-pollination.
That's a good thing.
Planted seeds, so to speak, in our commission. So I think it's exciting to hear stuff like this. You know? Get really deep here.
just to update you guys on how things work here at Town Hall. Also at that meeting, they had money left in their budget this year. And there's some kind of snafu where they weren't being allowed to use the money. I think it was for their new website, which is they can't do until next week, FY24. So they voted to give their budget surplus to us to support Farm Day. Very nice gesture. That's right.
He's really thinking about a good farm day.
He's very excited about it.
And, but there's a but. You can't really do that. Commissions can't transfer funds to each other without either a town meeting vote or a vote of the select board and finance committee. So where does the money go? I think it kind of goes back into the ether. Finance committee turned it down because I guess the request wasn't really explained in a lot of detail, and because they had money left over this year and they've already asked for more money next year, finance committee said, nah, don't think so. Which I kind of don't blame them. It would be great to have the extra money, of course.
It would have been $1,325.
Yeah.
Print paper somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, did EDC present kind of like what they knew we were doing? Maybe the finance committee didn't have a clear understanding of where that money would have gone to, that we already kind of have some earmarks, and then we just sat in an account. I wonder if that would have helped them have a little bit more.
Yeah, well, when we talked about it with Craig and the EDC, the idea was to support advertising. And so hopefully, I didn't know the finance committee was meeting last night. Maybe I should have.
They would have to spend it by that time.
Well, right. Yeah. Right. Or at least transfer it to us. But anyway, not gonna happen.
So it came and went.
But that's good to know for the future, if there is more successful cross-pollination, we need FinCom and select board, and just go armed with information, especially seeing that we don't have attendance from select board or FinCom, so they may not simply know what's going on, right? So it's a matter of, information sharing.
Who was at the finance committee last night? If maybe Mike was still away, I'm not sure, based on what you said, Tammy, but anyway, yeah, so a learning moment, and we'll know maybe for next town meeting or whatever. Let's see. Where's our sponsorships? Did somebody just join? No, I don't think so. Well, Dan, you should talk about B&E, since that's your kind of baby.
Yeah, I think they're gonna donate a couple $100.
Yeah. We don't actually have the check yet, but that looks good. And Dan contacted me the other day. They wanted some sort of a document about.
That's not even know.
Yeah, so I sent the guy, you guys that letter, you can use the letter, or you can use a
Yeah, I
version
made
of
some
it.
copies.
Okay, yeah, good. You can use a version of it with your own names on it, whatever.
That was
Yeah,
perfect.
it's fine, so.
Did you send that to me as well, Bert?
I think I did. I would,
Because that was one could be my question about the sponsorship. I reached out to a couple on Tuesday,
yeah,
and they wanted to have documentation
Right. That's what they want.
before they would even entertain the conversation.
right,
So,
yeah. I'll double check when I get home.
Check, okay.
And if I did not include
Yes,
you.
you did.
I did? Okay. I thought okay. Yeah, so you should have it, yeah.
what was the date of that, Tammy?
Today at 3:15.
Oh, okay, I've been,
You've been at that,
I've
yeah,
been at a corporate event all
Yeah,
day, so,
yeah.
okay.
But I'm
Excellent,
not sure if I said
thanks.
this clearly, but B&E Engineering wanted something basically for their accounting department.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Tax relief and things.
right. So you've talked to a couple other people?
Right, and interested, but where's the documentation? And that
Yeah.
was from the Westfield Bank and Southwick Insurance.
Ah,
So I just decided to just pull back so that I could just do a campaign for a couple of hours one day and then send literature at the same time, or just go directly. So I'll go home tonight and I'll print that. Any questions, I'll just let you know.
okay.
Would it be a conflict of interest if my business donated money?
I,
Because I could donate money. The tax write-off, right?
yeah. I don't see why not, but I'm
wanna
hesitant,
double
without checking.
You may be able to give up to $50 before it's considered conflict of interest according to the ethics.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think up to
It's not
$50.
to an individual, right? I don't know if that's per person or per, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll find out. What's your business?
Barnett Unlimited.
Oh,
I build lasers.
oh,
What was that?
I build lasers.
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 for a particular industry?
Laser engraving, cutting, laser pointers, I'm into some other stuff. Ship internationally.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, who knew? That's awesome. Okay, well, thanks for making that offer, and we'll,
Always looking for tax write-offs.
right.
Have everyone in your family donate $50.
Then I have to put them on the books.
I'm sorry, what?
What was the third one you mentioned, Inga?
Westfield Bank and Southwick Insurance?
Southwick Insurance. So the list of the companies are that I'm gonna reach out to. One is the Summer House, Notch, which, that's Craig, Chevelle's, Westfield Bank, VCA, Mason Insurance, Southwick Insurance, College Highway Insurance, Malicious, Village Pizza, Wally Computer, and Hitachi.
Okay.
Inga, will these be in person or virtual outreach efforts on your part to these businesses, or a mix?
Well, it's gonna be a mix. I've
Okay.
got relationships with a few of these already, where I could just do that right over the phone. The others, I would probably be able to just walk right in.
Great.
I think it's gonna be important to have that visual contact
Oh, definitely.
and be able to hand them that material at the same time.
Right. I was wondering that in that case, if you needed town hall to print off some copies of Bert's letter, just so that you have a stack handy for the in-person efforts?
I'll do it out of my home office.
Okay, you're
I
okay,
can
that's
color
a donation on your part, okay.
I'll just use my color printer and just make them look as nice and sharp as possible. So when I go home tonight, 'cause I have that home,
Yeah,
I'll let you know how it looks.
okay. The only thing in color is my signature, which is in blue.
Okay, well then I'll just use black and white.
Do like a small, like not a large file size of the PDF of the farm brochure, just in case that is maybe a means of showing people this is legitimate.
Because,
We have it
yeah,
planned, that can entice people, and as soon as I get some copies of the physical one, I'll drop some off at your house, so that for those
Excellent.
in-person visits, you have some material in addition to.
Storm Charger is in it now.
when do you think those would be ready?
I got a tracking for them, and because of the holiday, it might be sometime behind. Left this Monday from California, so
Okay.
it says 5 business days, so they should have been here for Friday, so they may come in Monday, but I know that's dicey with the holidays,
But
so.
that would work out beautifully, because
Okay.
I'll be able to take that letter that Bert had, that I've got now in my email at home, and be able to reach back out to Suffolk Insurance and the Notch and College, a few of these, and be able just to use that.
Great,
Others, I'd like to have that. Here we go.
Yeah.
as soon as they come in, then I'll drop some off, I'll keep you posted, and then, in the meantime, I'll send you a compressed, PDF, that'll be easy for them to open, so you can attach that.
Okay, perfect.
And did you mention Tractor Supply? Because we had talked about that before. Not that I'm trying to add to your list here.
No, I don't have that down. And I'll be able to go right in and talk to Jeff and Jeannie, the managers, and with the flyers, that'd be great, because I'm sure they're gonna wanna have some there at their registers.
That's right.
It's a great idea. Tractor Supply.
That place is hopping. I love
No, it is.
Tractor Supply.
To bring my dog there.
Akin to Tractor Supply, and I'm sorry, this is a little bit of a tangent, but maybe not. Smithland in Westfield this morning, I was there, and they had flyers for the Massachusetts Agricultural Fair Association. I didn't bring it with me, I did grab one. So they had that by their register, and I thought, oh, interesting, it's kind of another ag-related business, obviously, it's in Westfield. But when I grabbed one of their flyers, I saw that Westfield is holding their agricultural fair the 18th, 19th, and 20th, so that coincides with us. So just an FYI, then I thought if they're willing to host Smithland's, or this Mass Agricultural Fair Association's flyers, maybe they can host ours too, because it was across the whole state. And Westfield happened to be in there, and it does coincide with us.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, what was the business you're in?
Smithland?
Oh, yeah,
over,
okay, yeah.
On Route 20 in
Yeah.
Westfield?
Used to be Agway.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
I can drop, if the commission would like, I can drop some off and at least, I mean, have a few flyers
Why
there,
not?
so
Sure.
when we get them, so since they seem amenable to that.
back on sponsorships for a second, so we have also the launch and Millie's, I don't know the amounts yet. I had talked to the launch a little while ago when we were looking for sponsorships and discounts. And they said, yeah, whatever you want. And then I reconnected with them and said, well, don't worry about the discount, but we do want the sponsorship. So and that was by email, so I'll get in touch with them in person and say, I mean, she said, whatever you want, so, which is nice. Okay, Jessica, I'll take a blank check, that'd be great.
For $1,428.75. That's what I tallied the advertising cost so far.
Okay. Let's see, that's one. Okay. Before we get to that, so prizes, I have 4, actually. I have a $50 gift certificate for 57 Hair in Gristmill. And then my friend and neighbor, Jean Riopel, said that she would donate, and she ends up giving me 3 things: a wireless charging pad with an Amazon gift card, a 17-piece Mary Kay gift set, and a 30-piece wrapping paper gift box with bows and ribbons and anything you need to wrap stuff up. It's not even Christmas. I think, Zach, we've talked about Big Y gift cards and maybe using it to get water or something. We're not going to do that. Is it legit in that program if we use those as a draw? Yeah, okay, I know. So, let's see.
How many prizes were we looking for again?
We had listed 7 last time. The gift certificate that you had, Bert. For the massage as well. Calabrese, Cowards, Country Colonial, Tractor Supply, and Dan, you had talked about Terra.
Right, yeah, we'll have one.
Okay.
Oh, right, yeah.
So what's that, 8?
That was the 7.
Okay.
But now you've got
2 more.
2 more, so we have
And
9.
actually, 3 more if we include the Big Y gift cards.
So that'd be then 10 total gifts or items for the drawing.
I think Lenita had mentioned providing a gift certificate for like a pie or something, like a baked good, like. I think it was for a pie specifically.
Okay.
So do you want to connect with Lenita, or do you want me to?
Of course, I'm happy to, yeah, definitely.
I can try to.
Oh, that's true. Do you want to do you mind doing that? Okay, perfect. Yeah, just walk right next door. That would be great. Thank you. And I mean, I remember pie, but obviously if it's anything baked, I mean, I think people love all of her baked goods, so whatever she can.
Her cinnamon bread is to die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Try having to spend all the stuff baking every
I
morning.
can only imagine.
Okay, very good, very good.
So for the next meeting, should we come in and give you the gift certificates then? Give you
Sure.
the items? Give
Sure.
you the carrier of it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Because I have those ones that I mentioned at home anyway, and I've got the boxes for the passports and the
Right,
stickers.
and the stickers.
Do you want the big wide ones sooner than later, or?
Sure, yeah. Do you need anything from me, email or letter or?
She might have to mail them. No, you're gonna have to pick them up at the store, actually.
Yeah, I'm in there 2 or 3 times a week anyway, so.
Yeah. I'll let you know.
Well, last time I had to like submit a request through their website.
You're supposed to, but I
Yeah.
can do that.
Okay, you don't mind being no conflict of, as long as she doesn't get fired for
No,
you doing that,
No, it's,
okay.
it's all legit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, then, yeah, thank you.
So, let's see, publicity, we talked about the brochures. And that, of course, includes advertising. I
Yeah,
know you've been working on
I've got
that.
final cost.
Okay,
So what I ended up doing was contacting the Go Local. Has anybody seen this?
yeah, I seen it at the library, actually,
Well,
and I,
pass it
Maybe-
around.
maybe IBS.
This has
There's a couple
become a
places.
really hot publication. It's
Huh.
out of, the Reminder in
East Long
East Long Meadow owns it. And their reach, and if you look on like page 3, you'll see this map. Over 300 locations. And in Mass, it goes from Northampton, East Hampton, Holyoke, Westfield, West Springfield, East Long Meadow, Hamden, Wilbraham. And then to Connecticut, all of our bordering towns down to South Windsor. So unbelievable
Wow.
reach.
Yeah,
And it's colored, it's glossy, it looks sharp. I spoke to the woman in charge of the advertising, Roxanne, and she said she would give us prime placement, and I would actually want to get that more defined. And any press releases we have, she would make sure that it gets in there, and we have enough time to get into the August edition. Deadline would be for ad copy July 14th, and then for distribution, that would give us enough time for a proof, and distribution would be on July 29th. And these magazines have a shelf life of about a month and a half. So.
They're a month, it's a monthly.
Pardon?
They get, the old ones get taken down as soon as the new ones go up. And the new ones for July haven't even come in yet, so sometimes they're backlogged. I have people that distribute them for their jobs, so. The last one was backlogged for 2 weeks, but that was kind of like a very rarity.
And she said the amount of phone calls that they got saying, where is the magazine?
really?
And
And
I
they go
know-
fast,
Yeah, they go real fast.
and they're put up at the library too, so.
So they're distributed all around in really unique little venues. And she gave me the price list, so I've got the price list, I've got the distribution list. But for us to do a quarter-page ad, which is one of those, well, you can identify them, yeah, quarter-page ad.
Okay, yeah.
And I had requested that we would be in the top right-hand corner, because that's in media, that's always a prime spot to be, $370. So I've added up all the prices, so if we went with Southwoods for the July edition and August edition with free color, and that would be for a quarter-page ad, as long as we get the copy to them by Monday of this week, we can hit the July edition. Or Monday of next week, July 3rd. That it would be $400 for Southwoods, total price.
Both, yeah, okay.
The Go Local, the one that Marissa has, $370 for the July edition, plus also free press releases.
Yeah, not to interrupt, but so what, I'm guessing the press release deadline is different than the ad copy?
It would be pretty much in harmony.
Oh, all right, okay.
Yeah. So is there anything you want us to print? Then what the benefit of that would be, it wouldn't be just Go Local, it would also include the Westfield News, and it would also include the Penny Saver. That those press releases would be hitting. And Roxanne and I have done stuff together for a couple of years, and what she says she does or will do, she does. So it's great free press. So then the Penny Saver, to do that ad on August 13th would be $245. That was a considerable savings. And also the Westfield News for August 17th, $245 as well. And then I added into that the cost of 25 lawn signs. Marie Reardon, who's done signage for me in the past, has given us a very aggressive rate of $6.75 for lawn signs that are 24 by 18, double-sided. I have stakes, or the the metal racks. I've got those, so I'll donate those, and that will save $150 per sign. But she only does them in prints of 25. So if we went with 25 lawn signs that say Open Farm Day, whatever we want to put, or whatever, excuse me, you want to put on them, minus the cost of the stakes, it's $168.75 turnkey, and that's multicolored. We could do 3 different colors on sign. So between Southwoods, Go Local, the lawn signs, Penny Saver, and the Westfield News, it'd be $1,428.75.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievably good.
It's a good price, and that's where, looking at the sponsorship, that would be the target ticket sponsors, would be obviously this amount. I know you've got your budget, but there's also going to be other incidental costs probably.
I guess for the Southwoods one, I know that we're writing pretty regularly now in Southwoods. That's been a very,
Alex playing guitar?
I was gonna say, is that one of his riffs?
Yeah, play a concert for us, Alex.
Is that Alex playing?
Right? Yeah.
Plays on here, I don't know. So Southwoods and, we have a monthly.
Would we be able to kind of use that column that we have at the moment to promote Open Farm Day, or does it seem like it's important to additionally advertise with them?
Yeah, well, we had a little bit of a miscommunication. Lucas Karen has been writing articles like every month.
Yes,
And
I noticed that.
We're supposed to put something about the farm?
Yeah, but he's already, I wrote something about Right to Farm last month that we didn't get in. So what Southwoods wants to do is run that for July. So we would be able to be in the August issue. Lucas is always also writing something on water. I don't know what about water, but.
Did a pretty good B article there. I mean, it's-
Yeah,
Excellent.
and even the Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Carter.
that Jimmy Carter was great.
That was
very good.
really good.
Yeah, that was nice.
So anyway, so it would be great if we could have something in the July and the August Southwoods, but as it's working out, looks like it's going to be August in terms of an article.
In terms of an article.
Yeah.
So does that mean then that it would behoove us to get into the July, July's next week, so.
Yeah.
In terms of advertising.
Yeah,
Right,
I think you said we
Yeah,
can.
the deadline that Carol gave me would be Monday, the latest, July 3rd.
Yep.
To be able to get into the July edition of Southwoods.
And that's what we're putting in there, right? The farm day
that would be if we wanted to put something for Open Farm
Yeah,
Day
I
in
think we
it.
need to.
Right, if we
Definitely,
don't have an
yeah.
article, then yeah.
Definitely.
I know with Southwoods, they usually want you to lay things out in order for it to turn around. Martin will do it, but I just know from experience, sometimes that gets a little slow. So if you can like provide graphics to them, they do it that much faster. And
Yeah,
so do we need to send like some stuff over to them if we decide to do that? That's
right,
3 days from now.
right.
We could.
Well, that's where I didn't know, like, what you want to put in the ad, because I was thinking, on the way here this evening, because we're not having Wally Park be the central, or the hub, how do people know where to go? Like, if people are coming, like, say, the Joneses family from Westfield decides to come to Southwick for Open Farm Day, how do they know which farm to go to?
Right.
So that's where I'm thinking the ads, when you lay them out, there's gotta be the
The
data.
listing?
Yeah, it's gotta be the data of where these farms are, and you pick and choose where you wanna start, and then the farm trail will be at your disposal from that point on.
Right.
But, so the ads have to
I went
clearly,
to the Granby one last year. I didn't know where I was going, but there were signs everywhere throughout Granby.
Yeah.
Go here, go there. So that's
So
how
the
that's how I
signs
did it.
too,
Yeah,
obviously.
they don't
Um,
list it.
You'll have to see space-wise if we can fit 10 locations in our ad, you know,
How small is the
or,
font?
yeah,
Oh, right.
or,
Seneca Center, Sound.
you know, website.
Are we
have
gonna
some on
have
the
Website,
Yeah.
yeah.
Website.
This is where having a
Can't see it
website
driving
is
by in
kind
a
of the
car.
go-to.
but that's, but you don't have that yet, right?
Not yet. We have the town one,
Yeah,
which
but
we can use.
like no one's gonna type that into their browser, like it's hard enough to get onto there, right? Like, is it, and to like do the /agriculture page after Southwick
QR
Mass.
codes.
QR codes, true, but some people don't know how to use QR
Yeah, most
codes,
kids do
right?
though.
Yeah.
Your kids do. It's true.
So that's where I'm
Thinking,
thinking
yeah.
that the ad has got to be, it's literally just going to be Open Farm Day, Southwick, August 20th,
Yeah.
noon to 4. Pick up the farm trail at 1 and list the 10.
Mhm.
I think that's gonna be really it. The quarter page ad, as you can see in the Go Local magazine, it's gonna be small, but at the same time too, I mean, it could be cute enough to where the Open Farm Day is only gonna take maybe about a half an inch with the date and the time, and then the farms with maybe like a little barn in front of each one of the farms, and where they're located, pick up your passport at any of these participating farms that day. And that's literally it for copy. Because I was thinking, how do people know where to go?
Well, I think maybe not including the addresses, but just the farm names, and then as the date gets closer, hopefully they'll know what, I lay ads out for work all the time, and I always, like, one thing we go back and forth in design is like, it's too much information,
Too much
like sometimes people get overwhelmed and they don't even read it, they're very much, if you're gonna have quarter or even half page, it's always like, have a big kind of graphic there, and then some information on the side, but more than that, people kind of just are like, all right, keep going through, so maybe we don't include the addresses and just bullet point the farm names, and that should be, you know.
Yeah, everyone's got GPS.
Yeah, exactly,
Right.
everyone can look up on Google and just, you know,
As long as the Arnold farm, the one that has the sunflowers,
Mhm.
but that's the sheep pasture sunflower stand, correct?
Mhm.
yes.
Okay.
Great Arnold Farm / oh, rather, yeah, on our farm brochure, or our Open Farm Day brochure, it's listed as Dwight Arnold's Tobacco Farm / the sheep pasture sunflower stand, because they're both going to be doing their thing that day. So we can just do a single bullet point for both.
Yeah. Why don't I experiment with the language, and then you, Marissa or Inga, could you think of it like visually? We're gonna have some really,
Yeah, I can
eye-catching.
lay it out now. I mean, we have all the information, right? All we're going to include really is the farm, or, I mean, this is the wrong brochure. The 10 farms, right? And just
Yeah.
something like Southwick's first open farm day, visit farms, August 20th. I think that's literally it, and we just
Yeah.
need some sort of graphic. So it's not
Right.
just all fonts, so it could be
Right, right.
one picture, one of the many pictures that we have. And that's it. It's not very much space.
we should include though, picking up a passport, right?
A passport, yeah.
Passport, and that there's gonna be prizes,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, that can
Because I
be
don't
like
think
a
people
top
want
header.
it.
Right, that can be the top header. Pick up passports, drawings,
Win prizes.
win prizes, that's it. I think it's like a one sentence thing really, like below first open farm day, what it is, and then the list of farms and a nice picture.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And if you're gonna do it like that, you might even just wanna do like corn stalks on both sides and leave it clean.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, instead of like taking up prime real estate
Right.
space, like, 'cause this one,
Put a
for
goat.
instance,
Right.
right.
Nothing
this
against
one's like
goats, I love goats.
Yeah, no, but it's too much space, whereas TJ Bark
Pitchfork
Moses
or something.
has the logo kind of.
Something
you
just
know?
to, that's all you need.
Exactly.
Not to be a wet blanket, but I think we've talked about listing the sponsors in the ads.
We don't have any yet.
We don't have any to put down officially.
Yeah. Okay, but let's just keep that thought, because somewhere along the line, we've got to,
Can we do that in the articles too, rather than the?
we
could do that on Facebook before you.
could, yeah, the Facebook website.
There's a couple of things you wrote down that we want to put in.
Yeah, yeah.
That can also be maybe put down even in the press releases.
On the Southwoods thing too, you could put it on.
Yeah.
That's what you meant.
So to be clear, the turnaround time on these,
For Southwoods, the latest would be Monday, July 3rd.
Do we need to use the money from this year's budget? We'd have to get it in like today, tomorrow.
Yeah, it's really Saturday's the last day.
Right.
I'm hoping that if either Marissa or myself walked into Southwoods and said, hey, this is our ad for July.
Probably get the invoice before we even have it.
yeah, they always invoice us whenever we
Yeah.
want,
Right.
they're cool like that.
They're
so.
not gonna need the cash right there and then.
No, yeah, we never end
Right.
up paying, they
Probably
end up
net 30
sending
or
it,
something.
so if one of us shows up tomorrow to Southwoods and just gets the PO going, that's all they need.
All right, I'll do that. I gotta go there anyways.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Excellent.
okay, would you mind? Then I'll email Martin and just be like, you have some graphic work incoming soon. And then that way he knows what it's for, because then they know our account information.
So do I,
Yeah, and
how
I'm
do
sure
I
he'll
get the
talk,
PO?
I'm sure he'll talk to Carol about how much. And then
Well,
I could talk to folks
It's
here.
400.
Yeah, it's 400,
If they're on
right?
the town
400.
contract, they can just get it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll talk to folks here tomorrow to let them know what's coming. And there's a term that Gene Nilsson has used in the past about getting stuff, you don't sequester the money, but something like that. You kind of put a hold on the money,
Yeah.
even though you won't be actually cutting the check until,
Yeah, as long as it's
Next
stated
week.
before
yeah.
the 30, before July
Yeah,
1st.
those ways to do it.
And Cindy, did you hear that?
Yeah, I was just about to chime in and say, so they're doing carryovers this week to carry over FY '23 money into '24. So if you got the PO going, I'm going in Friday for a little bit. I could do the carry over.
Okay, perfect. Carryover, not sequester. Sequester's in Washington.
And just so you know, Dan, it was for a quarter page,
Yep,
$200, free color.
okay. Write that down.
So I'm just writing that down for myself too, because then I know that helps me figure out the quarter page.
Right, it's a 2x5.
How much money do we have?
Quarter page, $200,
Yeah, quarter page, $200.
Free
with
color.
Free color.
We actually have $550.
So can we spend another 300 something on Friday? And we do that with the other advertising stuff?
And Marisa, this brochure and the Farm Day brochure, those are those always, not always, already against the budget?
That's a good question. Cindy, I know that when the printer sent Jean the PO, or rather I paid for it, but they sent Jean some sort of receipt, and I think she forwarded that to you and CC'd me. That was for this brochure, but then there should have been another one that got printed last week. Did you receive that? And if so, do you know where that was taken from?
No, I did not receive that.
Okay, because they sent me a copy. They might have emailed Jean again.
Okay.
Do I need to submit reimbursement forms then for both of those?
They're gonna need like an invoice of some type,
Yeah, that's what I
Like
think.
like a receipt or an invoice.
Yeah, that's what Jean sent to you and me. So if you didn't get it, I can resend you copies of that. But is that, do
Yeah.
you know from this budget, or if that's going to be taken out of the next budget? 'Cause it's just so that we can.
Do you know when the PO was open for that?
Oh, geez. Yeah, and I think Jean even had the PO number in the email that she CC'd us on, so maybe I'll ask her. Because this was early in.
Yeah, I will check my junk mail right now. And then I'm gonna come in on Friday so I can do that.
Okay, yeah, she sent Jean sent it to us on the 7th. She sent it to you, to Bert, and to myself. Oh, and she said this will need a PO. So this was at the beginning of this month, and that was for this brochure. That was $310, so that was taken, I assume, from our budget currently, so whatever.
Which one? Our budget or our gift account?
I think it was from our budget.
Could be the
because-
budget, yeah.
Right, because that was earmarked for this, but that was fiscal year 2023, so whatever we had there minus $311.
Yeah, so
we might be close to.
We may be, yeah.
yeah, so,
I'll forward this to you, Cindy, right now, again, in case it did go to junk, because I know that was like in the middle of our transition over from Jean to you. And then there's a new one, the Open Farm Day brochure that was just sent to the printer last week. I don't know if you got that.
I had I had something with Bert's information and some things that I brought to accounting today that was paid, that was taken care of. But do you know what that was, Bert?
no, I don't think that was it, because I didn't really have all that documentation. I had a small thing for the valve, for the well at the community garden.
Okay.
Well, anyhow, wasn't Open Farm Day stuff supposed to be taken out of the gift account if we were doing it in fiscal year 2023?
Yeah.
So that doesn't matter. So all you need to do, I think, is subtract the 311 from what we had now, and that's what we have between now and Friday.
Right, so that's 245 about.
So that will cover Southwoods then, if we get the PO in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, the $45 remaining, okay.
So they'll have
So we can buy more candy.
Yeah.
That's what you think, yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
think
that
they'll
would
have the
pay for
PO?
one ad
Yeah,
for Southwicks.
For July.
Standard.
They can just build a town, yeah.
Okay.
Set up,
So they're gonna
So-
build the agricultural commission.
yeah, basically.
So if I take the 200 out of there, that means we've got to raise 1228, let's just say
Okay, yeah, I
1230.
was gonna ask where that leaves us at with
Yeah.
your numbers.
Yeah, 1228,
1228.
75.
Okay. It's a little lower, that's good.
Yeah.
Take it.
Okay, so just to confirm, so Marissa, you're gonna do the ad layout?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to do that same ad for the Go Local as well?
Sure.
And the Penny Saver and Westfield News?
Why not?
Consistency for branding would be a good thing.
Exactly.
Good call, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, speaking of which, do we want to use our passport barn in some way? That takes up a lot of space. Yeah.
I love that barn. The Penny Saver, yeah, they're all 20-inch,
Yeah,
all 20-inch ads.
maybe the same type font for Southwick Open Farm Day, at least have that.
So how many ads am I developing? Just one, right?
I think we could just do one.
Yeah,
and-
one.
We'll just use
Right,
it.
just one. And
Okay, so,
then I can forward that to, Go Local, Penny Saver, and the Westfield News. Very good, and we'll get proofs on all those.
yeah, usually, I mean, how it works is that you'll send them the design, but they'll still Photoshop
They'll
or
tweak it.
relay out and yeah, they
Yeah.
just want something usable graphically, so.
So, once you send that to me, then I can send it to these people, and then for the next meeting in 2 weeks, I'll have proofs.
Right, so right now we know for sure that Southwoods is 2 by 5 inches, is that horizontal or vertical? That's
2
horizontal.
columns wide by 5 columns high.
Okay, so that's gonna be, like,
It's pretty
That's-
it's identical almost to Go Local.
Yeah.
okay,
So more vertical.
yep,
Yeah.
more vertical,
More
okay,
vertical.
just so that I know how to lay out my document, like.
Yep.
And then that would probably be more or less what we do for the others, okay, and if not, they can always tweak it, but at least for the immediate ones, I will
Right.
make it vertical so that that's out of the door by July 3rd.
Right, because the Penny Saver and the Westfield News, the price that Colleen was able to get me was for a 20-inch ad. So we're gonna have more space.
Right,
Oh, okay.
but they can just enlarge it at that
Yeah.
point and then really blow it up, okay.
That's what the proof would be important. So we then also have time to tweak it before the next run.
Okay.
So the only other thing that I would need a layout for to be able to show Marie Reardon would be the lawn signs. And we can get 25 signs for the price of $168.75.
Yep.
3 colors. I can have her send a couple of proofs if you have a couple of different ideas. But we're dealing with 18 wide by 24 high, double-sided. Message would have to be the same on both sides,
Makes
obviously.
sense.
So is it just gonna be Southwick's Open Farm Day, August 20th, noon to 4?
I think it should just say Southwick Open Farm Day, because I think the purpose of these signs, the 25 we had discussed earlier, was to put at the actual farm locations as a way to denote this is the spot, like, right
Right.
here. Not for us to put on our lawns necessarily, so it'd be more of an ID thing.
Right.
I think we had agreed not putting any dates on so that we can reuse these 25.
Yeah.
Hopefully for Farm Day number 2 next year, so.
So maybe
So-
it just says Southwick Open Farm Day Farm or participant or, yeah, participant's too big of a word.
Farm Day here. What does Granby do? I remember, they had one or 2 signs at every
Yeah.
location. I know, it was just
Just
like,
said open farm.
I think it just said
Farm
open
day.
farm day, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, just so you can know that this is
Ooh,
where I wanna
that's,
be.
that's good. See they had the garden thing going on here last weekend? Garden 1, 2, I saw them in Southwick,
Oh,
Westfield.
yeah, for grandmothers, yeah.
grandmother's
Yeah, it's,
garden.
Pretty
it's
cool.
like if you know what you're kind of looking for, and you see that, that should be pretty self-explanatory, right? If it's in front of a farm, hopefully you connect the dots.
Hopefully.
So do you want it just to say open farm day or Southwick?
I think it
Open
should say
Farm Day?
Southwick, just
Southwick.
because there's a lot going on. We have Granby Open Farm Day later,
Yeah, we don't-
Westfield's happening that day, yeah.
So just Southwick Open Farm Day. So these signs aren't going to be used like in front of the old Anson Nursery promoting anything coming up. There's no
No.
banners, no nothing.
No,
What colors do you want? You can have 3 colors.
You gotta have something that sticks out so I can, you see it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Neon.
Yep, some neon lights on it.
I think right now we have like a green against the kind of greenish back, like a green gradient background, so that was nice, like based off of your design. I just took that and added it to our brochure, so did that stand out sufficiently?
You know, like
I wish we had,
something like that, the sign.
it wasn't, yeah, it's still branded with like Southwick's, kind of Southwick's branding.
So light green in the background
So
and
this green, you
darker
mean?
green.
Is that what you're,
No, I don't
Refer
think
to-
that printout reflects it properly.
probably not.
I mean, I'm happy to like make one mock-up and then send that to Marie, like, or send it to you to forward to Marie, or like, and then I'm just thinking like, do we want like anything graphic on it, like an insignia? Just keep it simple, I think. Just
Keep it simple, put a
Simple.
barn.
barn maybe, yeah.
Open
just like
farm
a-
day with a barn on it, yeah. Southwick's open farm day.
Yeah, something really simple.
Or a silo, or a
Yeah.
barn,
There's-
going off
there's
of
our-
our passport.
Right, it could just work from the passports, branding, yeah. Yeah, against that like light gradient green background, that way there's a little bit of color, but things still stand out, both the barn and just the words.
Right,
yeah.
so the barn, would you want that in red?
Yeah,
Since we can have
red.
3 colors on a sign,
Yeah, there you go.
the red with the green.
Yeah. Yeah, was Marie willing to do the layout and design it? If she is like willing to do that, or should I
All I have to
make
do
the
is
layout?
ask.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if there's an additional cost for her to design it. If so, I'm happy to mock something up really quickly, but I can send her the font that we've been using that I think is really clear, just to kind of keep consistency with,
Well, what I'll do is when I get home this evening, I'll text her
yep.
and ask her, does she want us to give her a ready-made file?
Right, that would be good.
Or can we just say we want a barn and we want this color, but
Yep.
here's the font style?
Yeah, ask her to what degree, she wants it sent to her, like finished file, or,
Okay,
You want the letters like 4 inches or something, so you can see from.
right, exactly,
Have
have
to
to
be
scale
bigger.
it, yeah. Yeah.
Did you talk with her about deadline or
5 days
production
turnaround time.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, so we have
Awesome.
time on.
So we have time on
So
that,
this
yeah.
isn't like a,
No, we have time, but my thought is just if we can get it done ahead of time, and we have the signs, and that's one less thing that we can just check right
sure,
off our list.
sure.
yep,
That'll come out of next year's budget.
right. But we probably have to take care of Southwood's ads first, right?
yeah, the Southwood ad is critical, so I'll get that, I'll try to turn that around by tomorrow morning.
And, yeah, totally.
So I'm texting with one of the other secretaries, Lisa Anderson, right now, and she said that I have to have the PO request in by tomorrow morning, signed by Bert. Will you be around tomorrow morning, Bert, to come to the town hall?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
So Cindy, does that mean that the 2 POs that we've generated so far for the farm trail and the open farm day brochure also need to be submitted as new POs?
If they don't have one existing already, then yeah.
Okay, so that means that we need 3 POs by tomorrow morning. Both brochures and then the Southwoods ad, so.
If you wanna just send me an email of exactly what they need to be and you want, what account they are, then I can make everything with Lisa's help happen by tomorrow morning.
Okay. Cindy, you're not in the office tomorrow morning though, right?
I'm not, but I mean, I have my daughters. I can go in. I mean, it's not. I can. They like go. She likes going there. My oldest daughter. So it's not like awful.
Well, that's very generous of you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Cindy.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So you need the receipts, Cindy?
Invoices, receipts, yeah. And then I can do the PO.
Do I need to submit a reimbursement request for both of those and attach it to the receipts or invoices, or can that come after? What's the timing on that?
I would just do it all, since the deadline is so tight in general. I would just do it all so they have it all together.
Gotcha, thank you.
So does that mean we have to get an invoice from Southwoods tomorrow as well?
Yes, so
Yeah.
they'll do a written one. Like they'll tell you, oh, we'll email it over to the office. In this case, ask them for a written one, and then can you drop it off here?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
awesome.
who am I gonna drop it off to?
Oh, well.
Cindy, what time are you? Any idea what time you might be here
That I
tomorrow?
don't know.
I will try to be there by 9:30, the latest. And I will be in the select board office.
Okay. So Dan, can you do that
Office
or?
opens
Not by
at
9
10.
o'clock.
They open
Yeah.
at 10, yeah?
I was gonna go there after work.
Yeah.
They open at 10 in the morning, Southwoods, so. And Cindy's only gonna be here till what time? 9:30.
She coming in at
No,
9:30.
I can be there at 9:30. I could probably stay till like 11.
Oh, okay.
That only gives us that gives you an hour, Dan, to get to Southwoods, get the PO, and get here.
Yeah. So, you're at work, right? So
Yeah.
I can do this.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I was
No, it's
just,
all right. No, it's all right.
I didn't think of it, it's gonna be that tight.
No, I don't think any of us knew
Yeah.
until 10 minutes ago.
Just because it's the end of the budget of the year, they're getting them all in, and if we don't do it in time, they'll just deny it.
Right.
Okay.
So you'll be able to go to Southwoods then, Bert, and get get the invoice for the July edition for $200 and
Right.
submit that and be guaranteed to have it paid. Okay. But they're not there until 10.
Quarter page, $200 free color.
Yeah. I'll be there. Actually, I'm gonna be right next door getting my haircut at 10 o'clock anyway, so.
Perfect.
Oh, she's one of the gift certificates
Yes, right.
too, right? She said hair.
Takes her about 15 minutes max to come in. Okay. Let's see, one thing, this is not publicity, but while we're kind of on the idea of materials, I was talking with my wife Juliet, had a good idea about some, like a kind of a handout at each farm. It's very similar to the information sheet that Sage has talked about, name of the farm, how long you've been farming, what do you produce, where do you sell it? Yeah. But then have copies of that, or maybe a smaller version, or whatever, just to hand out to people so they have, something tangible about where they are and what they're doing. Right? Sounds good? Okay. We don't have to do that right now.
No, but I thought these were being done by the farms already.
I see, I went by a
I
couple
am
of
not
them.
sure
I was like, what's going on? And then I
about
saw a
Because
sign,
this is gonna be for the website.
and then it said
But
garden.
I think it's the same information that
Pretty cool.
could be
And it
used
was like his shirt.
for this handout that we're thinking about. So I'll connect with Sage on that.
Would it be one per farm, or is it one sheet and includes information about all the farms?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's probably the best.
Yeah, because otherwise it's
Then
gonna
we
be
gotta
kind
have
of
a
a lot
bunch
of
of-
work to.
Yeah.
to make 10 different flyers, like
Yeah.
printing, getting them to the farm in time, making sure the right farm gets the right one, whereas if we do what Grandmother's Garden did.
Yeah,
Why
the one
they-
at,
Yeah.
the one at Grandmother's Garden was just a little
Oh.
3-page like this folder, and a small picture of each house, garden, the address, and a very brief description of the garden, when it was started, you know, who owns it. Oh, 3-line thing description, very brief.
Yeah.
That's really short and sweet.
Wanna go see that, yeah.
So one sheet with, it's only 10.
It's only 10, so we
Locations, so-
could make it double-sided if we
Right.
needed to, and then that way we just print 500 or however many, 200,
Yeah.
and then drop them all off at the farms.
Yeah, which we can print them right here, you know.
Right.
in Town hall, we could do that. And then another idea to have evaluations after the fact, either whether it's in writing or we talk to the farmers, how did it go, you know, should we do it again? What should we do differently? Or is that?
Maybe on our website,
Yeah.
like have them submit it through the website.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
worry that logistically, like we're gonna stretch ourselves too thin trying to get
Yeah, and I don't want to,
paper trails, you
I don't
know,
want
things.
to overburden them either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a farmer, yeah, they'll just tell it to your face, like, you know, like.
So have we already started, or excuse me, has the AgCom already started getting these from the farms?
I don't know. Sage, any update on those, on your information sheet? Were you able to actually get those out to anyone yet, or no?
Well, I haven't done the final alteration to exactly what it's gonna be. And as far as handing them out, I'd probably need help because actually, I have 4 days off. Maybe I can actually do the, this weekend, go and drop them off to some of the farms. I'll see if I can do a road trip. I'll bring my kids. I'll have my own farm day.
Okay.
If you
Well,
need
we can
help, I
help,
have a couple days off next week too. So we could
Okay.
like split up, or if you want to divide them or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that. I just gotta write it up really quick. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll get it all set because Diane made some nice comments about it. I'm gonna do the alteration so that it kind of fits better, and then we'll get that information out. I'm gonna have them email the information back to me though, because I do not have the form feed process on the website at all yet, or at least not in a way where they'll understand what they're doing. So I'm just gonna have a simple, please email this email and I will take care of the rest type thing.
I know Colin is closing July 3rd, so there's kind of a timeline on that. I mean, we could reach out to them, but I know there'd be a little bit of, you know, a little bit of what, if you want to call it that, like just kind of regrouping, so, getting there, I guess, before the 3rd. And being willing to be flexible to jot down the information. I know when I've gone to these farms for information, I'm like taking notes as they're walking around. So like being agile, right? Maybe a clipboard, if you say like, look, I'll just give you the information right now. Ask me the questions, I'm watering, you know? I'm like, oh.
Is anybody available to go to Cowards?
For Monday?
I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll be there Saturday morning,
yeah, sure.
positive.
Okay.
And use this format?
I guess Sage would be
He hasn't
the authority,
updated
that's
it.
his,
He hasn't updated them, I think.
There's
He said
some
he's gonna get-
wordsmithing that we did.
Yeah, I just have to update the form. I'll get it set up and then I'll distribute it to everybody by email again, just so you have it.
Would be good.
Okay, and you said Saturday, you're gonna do that?
I'll go there Saturday morning.
Yeah, okay.
I'll have it ready before then, so I'll make sure you get a copy of it.
Okay.
Got a lot of tight deadlines after this meeting, I'm just saying, ooh.
Yeah. do we want to talk about walkthroughs? We said we were going to go to each farm and say, okay, where do people park? You know, where, blah, blah. Do we want to think about that tonight?
I'd say if we're going out to the farms, like with you, Tammy
Yeah, we can
and
ask at
Sage,
that point.
Yeah,
just do it right there, right
okay,
then.
yeah.
So I'll take care of Cowards on Saturday.
I know, like, off the top of my head, I was thinking, like, when we did that, we kind of each have a list of things to make sure that we'd ask.
Yeah,
Like, first off, like, how many volunteers would you like to have on hand? Because some of the farmers, when they were asking me about it this weekend, they were like,
Gonna be able to.
yeah, they're like, so how many people are you sending me? And I was like, how many people do you want, you know? So if we know now, if some people only want one, you know, somebody else may want 3 because they have 2 parking entrances and they're worried about kids and parking and they have 2. So
So
some
like
people,
calories, so that's.
well, that's it.
Right.
So I think maybe if we ask, how many volunteers do you want? And, you know, mention volunteers can help from everything from being at the table or helping with parking orientation, just so that they kind of know all the pieces and then they can think for themselves for like a little bit and say, oh, maybe I'll need 2 people actually at the table or 2 at the parking lot.
I think we should have at least one person with the passports and the stickers.
Yeah, I think definitely one at least. Yeah, no, definitely one person, but some people may want more, yeah.
And some of these farmers might also need to be reminded that they have to have a table.
Right. So where would you like the table?
Where would you like the table?
And I guess it'd be good, just in case it's kind of a rainy day, to have a backup space for the table.
Right.
Yeah,
So ask them, like, will this part of the barn or establishment be open in case we need to set up and it's a rainy day?
And a canopy.
Yeah, or if they don't have it, then we know, okay, if it's raining, we have to bring some sort of canopy or tent or something.
I mean, the canopies aren't that expensive. I'm sure each farm could possibly provide one or get one, acquire one somehow. I've seen them on Marketplace for like $20.
Yeah, I would just try to ask them where on their establishment they want, they'd be willing to host a table. I don't think we should ask them to provide anything. They're already giving us so much of their time participation. I mean, honestly, the only one that I foresee possibly needing something that we could possibly provide would be maybe Roger Beasley's, because that's an open field and that's self-guided. Everyone else has some sort of infrastructure, I think, on site, so this is why we're doing this visit, right? To ask where they'd like to place it if it's inclement weather.
So like Cowards and Blossom, just thinking of them right off the top of the head, they've got the.
Yep.
Let's make,
So-
Sean and I are gonna do blossoming acres for set, we got tables and popcorn things,
So-
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's-
so we're only gonna need like
Yeah.
8.
Right,
cause I don't wanna be on their.
There's a few
porch
others
because
probably got a place we can stand under.
right, I'm thinking for like Holly's, I can put my red canopy tent in one of the upper pastures with the table there, because we're gonna be parking people in the field between her field and my house.
Yep, okay,
So, but you would need to have that set. Solats, they're gonna need,
yeah, they may need, that's a good
they're
point.
gonna need a structure.
And tables, you just brought up a good point, tables, that's something we should be providing as well.
I
know-
have 2 that I can.
I have 2.
I have a couple, I have 2 or 3.
Yeah, I got a
I don't
dozen.
have tables, but I do have a canopy.
Okay.
So what if there's extreme weather? Windy?
Oh, good idea, Zach. You had to mention that.
Guys,
It's hurricane season,
Yeah.
right? Ooh.
All those crazy thunderstorms.
All those thunderstorms that have rolled past us already.
Well, the farmers wanted a Sunday. So that would bring
Well,
us,
then that would
Can't do it
mean
any-
all new advertising.
August
Should we have a
27th.
little parenthesis,
Says
rain date?
Yeah, that's right, rain
Yeah.
date, next Sunday. Remember
So
how
if you
some
can't get,
guys
you
have
can't go any
that?
within the
Rain
27th,
date,
that's Labor Day.
July 14th.
Yeah, I'm not around.
Because
Probably
otherwise
couldn't
have
go 2
rain
weeks, and then
or
school starts
shine.
back.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I think
The other
it's,
ones give you the options, it's rain.
I think it's rain
date,
or shine.
July 14th.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
I mean, if there's some kind of a downpour or something.
Yeah.
Sorry.
mm,
Yeah, I'm just thinking extreme weather, I don't care if
But
it's
we
raining.
got what, how long is it, 12 to what?
12 to 4.
12 to 4? It's not gonna be a hurricane for 4 hours.
Right.
Tail end.
If there is, we will blame you.
Tornadoes don't last very long.
Is this still recording? Can we erase what I just said?
I would sort of have, I would piggyback with Bert and Dan.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Yeah.
Now,
Farm boots.
should we say that?
Rain or
Rain or shine.
The farmers go, oh, we're not gonna plow today, it's raining.
Right.
No, they get out there.
Oh boy, it's hot, I'm not gonna hate
Never gonna hear that.
no.
But do we want to, what do you think? Do we want to say rain or shine?
Yeah.
in Some of these ads?
Yeah.
or-
Yeah.
Granby doesn't do a rain date.
We're tough, New Englanders.
It's
Yeah.
farming community, you
Yeah.
have to be.
Right to farm communities.
That's right. No matter what.
Rain or shine.
Speaking of volunteers, I don't know if I've mentioned, we have at least 6 National Honor Society kids.
Yes,
wow.
excellent.
That's awesome.
We may have some 4-H kids.
That'd be good.
Yeah. And then I reached out to Dave McWilliams, because a few weeks ago, he set up a kind of a cleanup day at the Sofinowski property on North Pond with the Interact Club, which I believe is part of Rotary. So that's kind of what they do. They help out with stuff. They help out at the Wally Park concerts, for example. So maybe we can get some of them. You know, Dave hasn't responded yet, but
That's what they're doing.
we'll get there.
That's, I think we should have an adult with
Oh,
them
yeah.
as well,
Yeah.
so.
Okay,
Cindy
so,
Marshall reached out to me this week and said that she'd be willing to volunteer wherever she's needed that day, so that's one adult.
okay.
And I think Melissa Prifty.
Melissa
heard from-
Prifty
So we
said-
have 2 adults
yeah.
there.
But that leads me to a question. How about us?
Oh, I'm doing Hollies. Yeah, I'm doing Pine Staples.
Yeah, I'll go wherever you need me.
Okay.
Sean
Yeah, I
lives
think
in
I'm
Boston
into it.
Maker, Sean
Yeah,
is late.
I figured, yeah. Dan,
I'm
you
in.
can, yeah,
CDZ,
okay.
take the dog.
Marissa,
out.
are you on vacation? I thought you
I'm
might-
not,
You're
but
not?
I may have to play it by ear. I would like
What-
to, as of right now, yes, but we'll
Okay,
see how
gotcha.
things progress
Yep.
at that point.
What day was this?
Maybe.
20th.
a little
Sunday,
bit.
August 20th?
I'm able to stand or move
Everybody's gonna go,
around.
we're going to a wedding now.
We'll put you in a wheelbarrow.
I know, right? Just wheel me around. I can do a stamp from a
We'll get
wheelbarrow.
one of those like Trons or something that are on wheels.
I know, right? Just, yeah, throw me on a tractor and leave me there. I'll stay there the whole
Yeah.
time. I
Right.
won't move.
If you need more volunteers, Bert, let me know and I'll reach out to my group.
Okay. I think I've brought it up a couple of times with conservation as well, so assuming a few of those folks will join in.
Get some commitments, that way there we
Yep,
know
you
what
gotta
we
pin
need.
them down.
Yes,
Pin
yeah.
them down for
I
sure.
should be able to drop by.
Oh, no, not drop by.
I don't know about that.
It's 4 hours.
That's
It's
a
4
little
hours.
loose. We need a commitment, Mark.
I'll probably be there for more than 4. Gotta help set up too.
Good. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jessica?
Yes, it's Jessica Parker. I plan to be at Dwight's.
Okay. Very good. At Dwight's, yeah. Okay,
I was just
so that's
calculating if we have 10 participating farms, I'm just averaging here, like, It's 2 volunteers per farm or 3, it's 20 to 30 total, just averaging right now.
Excellent.
Okay.
I mean, want to have more than one, because if they look at the bathroom. or
Well, that's
if you have to
it,
get-
yeah.
or Something happens, you have to emergency.
I think it's a minimum of 2.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say at least 2 or 3 to be on the safe side, and some places may need 4,
Yeah,
just to be safe if there's parking and, you know, we want to designate one entrance like as the entry and the other one as the exit, and have somebody kind of standing there the whole time, so.
And I think it's also gonna be important to have them have safety vests,
oh, yeah.
so that we all know. I have 10 safety vests in packages that I can donate.
Should have my own somewhere.
Yeah, I have some as well that I can blend.
What color are they? Orange, I think.
They're like that yellowish,
Okay. No, no, I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
yellow greenish.
You look official either way.
Yeah, because they had
Okay.
farm, that could get tricky.
Well, this is great. My head's kind of swimming right now. I'll confess. But I think we're good for now. We meet again. Our regular meeting is July 12th. We got plenty of stuff to do over the next, few days, week, especially.
I might be on vacation on July 12th. Oh, I'll let you know. I forget what day.
Okay, that's right.
I forget exactly what date.
That's fine.
That might be the week I'm gone.
Yeah, okay. People take vacations.
Not August 20th.
Yeah. No, that's already.
That is my vacation week.
Oh,
really?
That's the last day, so I'll be back.
Oh, okay. You'll be there.
Thank you for that. That's
Maybe
great.
if I go back to Europe, so I might be crying.
Great way to wrap up your vacation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, any
well,
other questions, comments?
No, I know what
I actually have one. If any brochures, flyers, anything that we have media-wise that's finished, finalized, like ready to get printed and stuff like this, can you send me a copy so that I can add it to the website?
The new Farm Trail brochure and the Open Farm Day brochure.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Alex has got.
Alex has got the hand.
So his hand.
Oh,
Alex.
yeah, Alex, want to unmute? Okay. Oh, I don't see the hand now.
Or maybe it was your.
Maybe he wasn't, maybe.
Maybe it was your.
Oh, here.
With the mouth up there.
Yeah, it might have been. Might have been. Oh, I see Diane Gale, actually just about to adjourn.
She's been here for a
She's been here for
while.
a few minutes.
Okay, good. It's hard to talk and watch the monitor at the same time. Anyway,
I think we're good.
Okay.
okay.
Very good.
So, motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Everyone online is
Have a good night.
Appreciate your input.